Hey, what's up, everybody? Kip here again. I know it's been a while since I last made content. I had a lot of ideas for content, and I kind of just put it on hold because I didn't feel like it was really going to go through. I couldn't convey my points properly. So instead, we're back here with what I like to call the Chinagon Rumormill. I'll be talking about just some things that have cropped up in the Paragon scene and possible like revival things that people are talking about. And instead of me advocating for these, I'm actually gonna kind of shut these down because I feel like these are a bit ridiculous, honestly. The things that have been surfaced. If you don't know about not drama, but like the new things that have cropped up, I'll show you examples of what it was. Or not examples. I'll show you what it was, like what cropped up specifically with China and all that jazz. Basically, I'm not sure if this was yesterday because I got these screenshots secondhand, so keep that in mind. But I'll show them to you now. These screenshots, I'll put the link in the description if you can't read it here. But I'll tell you the important parts, okay? So, back in October, Tencent bought Paragon from Epic. Wonder how he knows this. I wonder what the source is. Tons of stuff was 90% ready, including that damn monolithic matchmaking. I've heard this from other people in the West that basically ranked the monolithic matchmaking was done. It's just it never got released for obvious reasons. So, blah, 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 blah. End of January, they found out that they wouldn't be working on the project. It said all those updates since October simply serve the Chinese beta, which ran from the 14th of December to the 14th of February. They didn't have all the content we already had at that point. Instead, Epic China team held back some of the content and released it during the beta period. The development will be handled by a team that Tencent set up, consisting of about 80 developers. During the first 45 days of the test, over 5 million matches were played. Proof, I remember seeing that before. 5 million matches played, quite a significant number, considering it ran for 2 months. Quite a significant number. It is quite clear that Paragon is right now a success in China, but it will still go through an evaluation period of about 6 months. The next beta test will begin in April. If Paragon will still be doing well at that point, Tencent will re-release the game globally and will push to make it into an esport. This is essentially the same thing, copied and pasted into another Discord, which is another screenshot I got. So, let's just kind of talk about this. So, obviously, a lot of people would jump the gun. A lot of people would just go, holy crap, this is huge. All this jazz. Really, guys, let's look at it, okay? If you don't know, this guy's Jon Snow. He was on the NA ladder, I remember. He was somebody who was quite prominent in NA. I think he's Korean, if I'm not mistaken, and played a lot of NA solo queue. He went to China. I think he was actually one of the higher ranks, if not rank 1 on China, when I saw the leaderboard. So this guy has been playing Paragon for a while, for what I've known. Or at least since I've been playing, I've seen his name on Agora and all that jazz. So this guy is a player, probably situated himself in the Asian scene simply because he's probably the best player. Cool. Now, the one thing that there's a couple things I have an issue. He makes very, very bold statements where it's like, Tencent bought Paragon from Epic. Okay. How does he know this? What source is it from? It's like, you don't necessarily need to cite your source, but it's like, I need to know whether did this come from Tencent? Did this come from word of mouth? Was there an article? What was it? That's what I want to know. How do you know that Tencent bought Paragon from Epic? We have no idea how he knows. And the thing is that I remember this guy, whenever the game was closing down, he's like, oh no, the game's doing really well in China, which it was. The game's not going to shut down. Well, it did. The real question that I want to ask is like I said, just how does he know this? It's not just like, how do you know that Tencent bought Paragon from Epic? That's the first question, but it's not the only question. How do you know that there's about 80 developers? That's oddly specific. That's very oddly specific. This makes it seem like that this was word of mouth, but it's just like, it doesn't really, I don't know. Okay, so he has a source for this, but why does he have a source for this and for this? I'm not sure. And then Paragon's quite clear a success in China right now. Evaluation of 6 months, next beta test will begin in April. Fair enough. I guess we can kind of hold our breath for April. If it happens then you can assume that everything falls in line. But the thing that really does bother me It's just the fact that he's like so oddly specific, but there's like no, there's just nothing, no context. There's nothing. Now you see, I don't think that this is worth holding your breath over for obvious reasons. I feel like a lot of people will just get really, really excited about it. But until something happens, guys, don't hold your breath. Don't go looking for it. Wait for it to fall onto your lap. And truly don't expect anything, because then you can be surprised, is really all it is. Look towards April. If you don't hear anything at the end of April, like in the beginning of May, you know, maybe the last week of April, if you don't hear anything, if there's nothing on the subreddit, if we don't hear any more about this news, then just assume it's done and move on. Go advance in your career. Go find a new game. Go hold your breath for a new game. Don't hold your breath for Paragon after this. Like I said, the entire point of this video is really just to kind of settle these rumors and just to go like, you know, let's just be realistic about this. I don't want to shit on anybody's parade. Paragon is a very important game to a lot of people, including myself, including you guys as well. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. So, like I said, don't hold your breath for this. Keep one eye open for the end of April. If it happens, then we start delving into it. That's really all I have to say here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll be pushing out more content. It's just I'm a little bit stuck. I have a lot of things that I want to make, a lot of things I've even recorded but just haven't published because it just isn't as good enough quality as I want it to be. So yeah, guys, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be trying to post more often. Peace.